So let's talk Saturn, because times are really hard right now. Everyone's in it. Everyone's in the thick of it. We're all facing a lot of tests, a lot of challenges. I know a lot of people I've spoken to, including myself. We are all in this area of life where we think, haven't I dealt with this? Why is this coming back up again? This is all too much. I can't handle this. I feel like I'm drowning in a sea of all these tests. This is because this is the last 3 and a bit months of Saturn in Pisces. Neptune has just gone back to dip at 29 degrees and joined Saturn there for a tiny little time, like 2 months, right? Plus we have the North Node there. So Saturn has been in Pisces since March 2023. We have been in this time of testing up until May this year. You would have felt around April, May this year, like this build-up of tests. And then you had like a 3-month break where Saturn was in Aries and it was a fresh energy. You would have felt gusto for a new area of life. You finally passed all those tests, and then boom, Saturn's come back into Pisces early September. We haven't really noticed until the eclipse portal, early September, when that eclipse portal happened up until like around mid-September. Myself and a lot of people I know were hit in the middle of that eclipse portal with really triggering events that brought up stuff that once again we thought, haven't I dealt with this? Why is this coming up again? The eclipse kind of went and the hype of the season left, and maybe you think that the triggers that came up in the eclipse have been dealt with. However, what is happening energetically is now Saturn is saying, you only have 3 more months of me in this sign. I want you to use this energetic. What came up for you in the eclipse? Is it still there, but it's lingering around? Is it coming up, but in different tests and patterns, right? Now, Saturn in Pisces, this has taken me almost this entire transit to figure out exactly what Saturn in Pisces is trying to teach us, because Saturn and Pisces could not be two more completely opposite energetics. Saturn is structure and holding and responsibility and reality. Like this is the truth. You cannot get away from the truth. Pisces is saying, can we not all just float around and get along and dream and make art and music and talk telepathically and, be an enlightenment? Saturn is in that area, in that energetic, holding these two. Like I said, it has been I have been trying to figure out. Saturn's not asking you to not be Pisces. It's not asking us to escape Pisces. In fact, that is Pisces' shadow. And Pisces is not asking Saturn to drop its boundaries and become elusive. No, they are working together. How does this manifest? Because we only have 3 more months. And if you haven't mastered what Saturn is trying to teach you while in Pisces, in that part of your life, which is the house that your Pisces area rules and where Saturn is sitting, then it's going to come back up later in your life, and the lessons and challenges are going to be a lot harder. So even though life is really hard right now, we're all feeling like we are in the thick of it, we have to be brave, we have to be strong, and we have to lean into the lessons. So what are the lessons? Leaky boundaries, first of all. Pisces and the shadow of Pisces is not knowing where the boundaries are, right? A mastered Pisces knows to float through the middle. It can go up, it can go down. It knows where the edges are, to flow, to be in the middle, to feel it all, but stay centered. That's a mastered Pisces. Saturn is showing you, where do you still have parts of your life where there are leaks in your boundaries, in your beliefs, in your morals, in your values. It will come up in and around you with relationships, with family. It will come up with challenges and triggers and tests, beliefs. Saturn is asking you to patch up the holes that are still there where the boundaries are leaking, right? I channeled some information on it. She was coming through and saying, with the leaky boundaries, it's about staying the game right now, staying firm with your boundaries. People will try to test them and test you. Again, it's going to feel like, haven't I done this already? Why is this coming back up again? Yeah, because this needs to be patched up and really strong. It's almost like you got to imagine your aura. Saturn is showing you where there are leaks in your aura, right? And so or you could look at it like a boat, and you're about to set sail and she's trying to show you where the leaks in the boat are now before we go into Saturn and Aries, and shit's going to get fast and speedy. So this is the time where you're being shown the leaks in your aura, your subconscious, your boat, your life, your finances, whatever part of your chart she is in. People will try to test your boundaries. People will try to push past them. You'll come up against little forms of potentially even manipulation. You might even come up against a differing in beliefs and value systems, even if it could even be religious, it could be spiritual, it could be in raising your children, it could be in finance, whatever it's in. There's just going to be these like constant, just stay the game, stay strong, like don't give in, hold firm, hold firm. That's what Saturn's asking us to do. She's showing you any triggers and things that you still need to work on, that yes, you thought you had dealt with them, but there's little bits there. What else have we got here? We will be thrown in the deep, blurry, murky waters of elusive boundaries. What Saturn in Pisces this last little bit of time is asking us is, what is right? What is wrong? Where do I stand, and where and what do I believe in? It is all strengthening us to stand firm in our beliefs, to get clear in our beliefs, our systems, our boundaries, our rhythm. Because come Jan, Feb next year, when Neptune goes into Aries in the middle, and 27th of January 2026, 14th of Feb 2026, Saturn finally goes into Aries, and it's only for 2 years and 2 months. That is a quick time compared to how long she was in Pisces for. Classic Aries, zipping through. And once Saturn goes into Aries, it is going to be all guns blazing, swords high, warrior suits on, running towards what you believe in and what your truths are. Aries is incredibly independent and incredibly sovereign. So right now you are being asked to patch up the weak spots so that come Saturn and Aries, you have your sword of sovereignty held high and you are ready to just run after your goals, after what you believe in. You're going to be strong enough to handle Saturn and Aries energy, because then you're really going to have to be good with your boundaries, right? So this is the leaky boat part. Patch your boat up, ready to set sail once Aries and Saturn join up in February 2026. This is the clearing up of any murky parts of yourself that you need to get clear on, right? Things are going to get very fast once Saturn goes into Aries. That is my message for you. We are all in it together. Like, I am not escaping any of these energetics. I am right here with you, which is why I wanted to jump on and send this, because I am also feeling like, oh my God, this is a lot. This is all a lot. I feel like it's being piled on top, and there's a part of me that wants to escape and just, have a little bit of time off. And yes, you need to rest. But I'm also so grateful for the lessons that Saturn is teaching me right now. And I know that you can all do it too. Just lean in, stay the game, stay firm. People will try to test your boundaries, your morals, your values, your beliefs. Stay strong, stay the game. And yes, I will see you all throughout this journey and potentially on the other side.